We are in a period of record high energy prices, and there are concerns that this could lead to demand destruction on an industrial scale. I spoke to several market participants about their expectations for the coming year.
Well, we do expect in the gas sector a reduction in the industrial sector. We already see a reduction of gas demand about 15%, but the outlook is not good because we are going to expect industrial producers to shut down, either completely or in part-time, which will additionally reduce the gas demand. On the electrical side, it will have the same impact. If a industrial consumer reduces its gas demand, will also reduce its electricity demand. We don't expect something in the household sector right now unless every private person is going to reduce its heating temperature at home.
Some fear that there could be a chain of major industrial closures over the coming year.
A lot of industrial players, they sell their products on forward contracts for the next half year or maybe 1 year. In the past, they still had obligations to deliver the products, and they had a certain price. I think now those contracts are being renegotiated, the price has to be higher. And I think the result is going to be less competitiveness for the European industry and closures, unfortunately.
Demand destruction will also impact the European emissions trading scheme and carbon prices.
Of course, industry is a big part of the EU ETS, so it will have an impact. However, we don't see too much impact at the moment. I think the increase in power sector emissions are currently outweighing the demand disruption risk. And then on the other hand, let's say that it will be quite severe. Of course, it will have an impact on prices, but at the same time, we have the market stability reserve, which worked when we had the demand disruption during COVID. So this market had the certainty that, okay, if we have a demand disruption, the market stability reserve will kind of counter effect or kind of put a safety net to the EU ETS to keep prices from crashing.
And if there was an economic recession, what kind of impact would that have on markets?
Well, going back to demand destruction first, probably I think it's the impact is going to be twofold, right? So you have on the one hand kind of the reduced emissions from the industry side, which I think, as you alluded to as well, is going to be outweighed a bit by the increase in additional coal-fired power stations coming online, right? So there is a bit of a netting effect. I think the sentiment effect is going to be much more visible in the markets, which I think also kind of connects to your question on the economic recession. So I think we're going, at the moment, the carbon market is a bit looking through the potential upcoming crisis on the economy side, right? So, which then will include demand destruction, but demand destruction is going to be a first visible sign coming from the gas price and the power price setup. And then this will ripple on into a more severe economic crisis. And I think that is certainly something that the carbon market will not be able to ignore.
And while it can't be easy being a politician in the current environment, policymakers should avoid short-term market fixes.
There will be overwhelming pressure for them to act in some way. And the reality is, in the current market, there are a lot of losers, a lot of people experiencing pain because of the high prices. But there are also a lot of winners, and there are people experiencing windfall profits and very good revenues through this period. And the likes of unhedged renewables, nuclear generation, the likes of other gas-fired plants even, that are earning substantial clean spark spreads with these prices. So I think overall my message to policymakers will be not to have a knee-jerk reaction in terms of totally disrupting and scrapping the current market design, intervene in a way that enables some redistribution of that overall value in the market that helps some of the more vulnerable customers, recognizing that not all industries and not all end consumers can be fully shielded from the impact of the current price levels that we're experiencing.